Hey guys, welcome to my channel, my first
My
ever.
channel.
Your channel?
Yeah.
Oh, well tell the people who you are.
Boston.
Guys, an official welcome to my YouTube channel and my first ever upload. And I guess this is a sit down, get to know me video. I am 26, I am a mum of Boston, who you just met before, who is about to turn 5 next month. He will tell you, or probably running now, that he's not 5. So I've got to be really critical with what age I say he is, because he's onto that. Yes, that makes me a young mum. I guess that takes me to the start of my journey. My fitness journey, I guess. I started getting fit and healthier after seeing a photo of myself at the beach, and I actually couldn't look at it. I saw it once and it was disgusting. Like, for me personally, like, I know there's people out there bigger than me, smaller than me, taller than me, shorter than me. We're all different, but personally for me to look at this photo, I couldn't. Like, I just thought it was the most revolting thing that I'd ever seen, and it kind of sparked something inside of me. It was like, well, shit, if you don't like what you see, change it. Like, only you can change it, Jess. So I did that. I started working out. I got a gym membership. I previously had a gym membership, but kind of dropped off the bandwagon a little bit. I feel as though people do that here and there. They go for a while, then they have a break, and then the break gets longer and longer and longer. So my break ended up becoming like a few years, and that's when I kind of stacked on a bit of weight that I wouldn't normally have. So that would have been in 2014. And just as I started, probably 3 months in, I found out I was pregnant. Woo! Okay, in all honesty, like, it was a surprise. It wasn't planned. I wasn't even 21. I actually did not even want kids. Like, the thought of kids made me bleh. But I wouldn't change it for the world. I love Boston with all of my heart. If you're a parent, you know the love is like unconditional. You've never felt it before, and yeah, like, wouldn't change it. I kind of did my research. Like, back then it wasn't like a massive thing to like work out while pregnant. None of my friends had babies. I had no one to ask for advice. Purely Google, and Google can be evil, and it can also be your best friend. So I was Googling. My doctor said that yeah, it's okay to exercise, so I thought, well, I'm gonna keep going. And I actually lost a lot of weight during my pregnancy. It wasn't unhealthy losing. I gained weight with the baby, obviously, with Boston, but I was losing fat around my face, my shoulders, my arms, my bum, my legs. So I was gaining my healthy pregnancy weight to grow a child, but I was also losing all that unwanted stuff that I'd gained before. And it's actually funny, one of my really good friends saw me in the gym before I told anyone I was pregnant, and she said, shit, you're looking really good, like, looking really good. And I was like, oh my god, yes, I'm pregnant. And she said I'm looking amazing. So I just kept going. To start off with, it was healthy. I was eating well, I was exercising, but not too often that it was unsafe for a pregnant person. And then it hit a very tricky spot in my past relationship. And I was getting to the point where I wasn't eating. I was stressed out of my head. I was exercising more because I was being told things that you don't want to hear. You know, like, I thought, I'm going to start looking so good to get validation from everyone else that you are important. Wish I didn't. Obviously 9 months, year later, and I have Boston. And when people say the comeback, bounce back from pregnancy, I literally bounced back from pregnancy. There was no little bump afterwards. I was like flat as a tack. Like, Obviously my stomach was like jelly. Why wouldn't it be? I just had a baby. But my birth was so good that I think it was maybe 6 weeks after giving birth to Boston, I went back to football training for the first time. But I was still losing weight. Like, I was losing kilos. In my mind, I thought that I looked fantastic. I didn't feel fantastic. Like, I felt slow. I felt tired. I was so emotional and I was depressed. That now that I look back on photos, I looked really sick. Like, I became the smallest I possibly had ever been the summer after Boston. So 6 months after, I was a size 6. My ass was flat. My stomach was flat. My face was so drawn in that now that I look back on photos, I can really tell that that was the most stressful time of my life and the most unhealthiest time of my life, all due to somebody inflicting their ways upon me that made me feel like I was worthless, that me becoming this image would make me feel better. I fast forward all the way to, I'm gonna say when Boston was 2.5. I called quits on all that. I stopped going to the gym. I was still playing football and the weight started coming back. Like, it wasn't unhealthy weight. Like, I was just kind of, you know, beefing up a little bit. Like, my boobs got bigger, my butt got bigger. The fat under my arms became more noticeable and my face kind of blew out a little bit. And that's the one thing I hate, is when the weight comes to my face. Nice plump cheeks look nice on some people, not on me. So I separated from Boston's dad, and I think it may have been like 4 months after, started talking and started a relationship with my current partner. And let me tell you, he is the most beautiful human being you will ever come across. Sorry gals, but he's mine. And then I got into a stage where I was like, oh my God, he loves me for me. Give me food, give me food, give me food, give me food. I don't need to work out. He loves me. He thinks I'm awesome. Loves my smile. I don't need to work out for nobody because the person I'm with loves me for who I am. And about maybe 9 months ago, I was getting dressed in the morning and I looked in the mirror. I had my Calvin Kleins on. And like Calvin Klein's, like, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, baby, like, this is a good day. I've got matching undies on, a bra on. I'm gonna look in the mirror and I'm gonna be hot fire. Well, I looked in the mirror and I had that moment again of, yuck. Are you serious? Full 360, like from where I started from. I was chubby, got super skinny, and now I'm chubby again. Like, but it's so easy to go through all that and not even notice until you kind of like get a glimpse in the mirror, or you see a photo and you're like, oh shit, like, come on Jess, why again? And obviously my partner tells me I'm beautiful every day, and I have a cry and I say how depressed I am, and he goes, well Jess, honestly, like, I love you to bits. I think you're perfect the way you are, but if you want to change, there's only one thing you need to do. Like, that is you, that is on you. You're the only person stopping yourself. You're the only person that can make yourself start today, not tomorrow. He goes, if you want to change something, just do it. Like, just do it. Things become habit. Things become less harder. You become more motivated. Like, you've got to be your own motivation. I thought, oh my God, you're so right. Like, honestly, like, let's be honest. Starting tomorrow is the worst thing you could possibly say to yourself. Start today. Who cares if you had a shit breakfast? Have a good lunch. Go for a walk, go for a run. Like, start now, or in an hour or so, whenever you have spare time. So yeah, about 9 months ago, when I took a glimpse of myself in my Calvin Kleins in the mirror and thought, bleh, was about the same time one of the local PTs put up a Facebook post saying she was going to hold an 8-week, 6-week shred. I can't remember, it was one of the two. And there's only going to be a small bunch of girls and guys if they wanted to do it. We had a Facebook group. She took me for PTs once a week. And honestly, that kick-started me. Like, that kicked me up the butt to get moving, to lift weights, to eat better. But at the same time, it also drove me to counting my calories and tracking macros to an extent that I had my fitness pal out in Woolworths scanning all my foods after this shredded finish, and I thought, oh my god, like, me thinking if I saw someone doing that at Woolworths, I would be like, what is this person doing? Like, just eat the food you want to eat. So in a way, that 8-week shred was amazing. It kickstarted my weights. I started doing weights a lot more, but it also drove me to being so conscious of the food that I was putting into my body. That's when the guilt kicked in. I started feeling so guilty for what I was eating. I'd be craving chocolate and I would eat it, and I'd be that guilty. Like, if you crave something, just suppress the craving and have a bit of chocolate. Like, it is what it is. Yeah, it's not the best for you, but you're not going to go eat 3 blocks of chocolate. I mean, you might eat a block of chocolate, but just do that like once a month. Like, do that once a month and eat good the rest of the time. I think everyone knows the feeling of being guilty after eating food. Like, you don't want to feel guilty after having half a block of chocolate. Like, you want to feel like, yep, I was craving it, ate it, whatever. I'm pretty fit and healthy. Like, it's not even going to make a difference. But to me, it was like, shit. Like, oh my god, I'm going to put on like 7 kilos after eating this one thing of chocolate, this muffin, this bread. Like, oh my god, bread. For anyone that knows me knows that my weakness is bread. Such a shame. Why could my weakness be broccoli? So after the guilt kicked in, my next phase kicked in. And that was my good friend, the scales. Me and the scales have a very, very, very unhealthy relationship. I started weighing myself 3 times in the morning and 3 times in the afternoon. I'd put the scales in one part of my bathroom. I'd jump on and see the number. I then put them in my second part of the bathroom. Like, I had 3 spots in the bathroom that I would weigh myself. Like, I would rotate the scales around just to make sure the number was the same, or I would try and get the lowest number that day. Being obsessed with a number is actually the worst part of my journey. Like, I'd go back to guilt eating any day, or like being slightly chubby in my face. Because being obsessed with the scales, I don't wish it upon anybody. Like, I became obsessed that I was weighing myself all the time. Like, I would eat dinner and go weigh myself. Like, what the hell? I started talking to my good friends about it because I hadn't opened up to my partner. Like, how embarrassing. Like, I don't want to tell my partner that I weigh myself 6 times a day. They told me that I was perfect the way I was. Chuck out the scales. Like, F the number. Like, nobody needs the number. Start looking at photos. So I put a 9-month ago photo next to, I'm going to say probably like 3-week ago photo. I'm not weighing myself anymore. I am looking at photos. Fast forward to now, that's why I'm starting the channel. I may as well look at footage of myself and how far I've come, and hopefully I can help someone else that's been through the same or is about to go through the same, and make them think twice that a number doesn't matter. Falling off the bandwagon is okay. Being a female, our bodies fluctuate. Well, my body fluctuates at least 3 times a month. Like, I get my period, I put on like 2 kilos, I'm bloated as hell. I come off my period and I'm like, yeah, gym, come at me. And then I ovulate and I'm crampy and I'm a little bit puffy. Like, and then it comes to winter, it's freezing. Like, I'm already putting myself in a tough spot with starting to lose fat and gain muscle in winter. But come summer, hopefully I feel good about the way I look. And I'm not going to put a time frame on how long this is going to take, or if in 2 months I'm going to look a certain way, or in 6 weeks. I'm just going to see how I go and have progress photos to show you guys along the way, and hopefully motivate and inspire some of you. Anyway, I think I've rambled for way too long. I've probably gone way off topic. I had nothing written down. I kind of thought I'll just blurt everything out to you guys and see where it led. And
I want to take this off. I can't get off.
anyway, guys, I think I will wrap this video up here. I may have gone off topic completely. I had nothing written down. I haven't done this before. Sorry if this is all over the show and the editing is super bad, but this is my first time, so cut me some slack, please. But yeah, this is the start of my own journey and a reference for me to look back on, but hopefully along the way I have some people that join in with me and stop being so harsh on themselves. Please give this video a bit of a thumbs up and a like, and let's get my channel going. Like, let's get this started.